So I sent it to lots of different people who'd either lived through the war or were correspondents during the war, and it got many different opinions from many different sides, and started to realize how complex the situation was, because you send it to 3 people on different sides and everybody's got an extremely different opinion, and tried to find that balance. So I was listening to people from all sides and trying to construct some kind of, but it was never intentionally. At first, it was just to write a story that would be universal in kind of a relationship that could have been a beautiful relationship, could have ended in family and children and happiness and love, and what war does to that relationship. But then all these extraordinary people came in, and these actors came in and started to teach me about each of their roles and who they would be and why they would be the way they were, and about their religions, about their history, about their culture, and then I kind of just kept absorbing their information and tried to make adjustments. I felt it had to be a local cast, and it would have to be people from the area because the story belonged to them. And then, you know, I think being in Hollywood and being an actor in Hollywood, you hear so many times, if you say we want to cast the European neighbor or the husband or the thing, there's this very short list of actors, you know, there isn't that faith in the talent internationally. And so, you know, so many studio films or people they just don't look beyond certain countries. And so I was hoping, and I assumed that there's great talent everywhere, but then when I started to see the tapes, I felt like I'd uncovered one of the most extraordinary things. I suddenly saw these actors who could act so strong in more than one language, who could sing, who had a depth of emotion that I myself could never understand, who majority of them lived through this war and stayed here during this war, and were so, just even in their auditions when they talked about who they were during the war, what they went through, what they saw, what they witnessed. Many of them cried during their auditions, many of them hadn't spoken about things, many of them, and then they did their scenes, and their scenes were extraordinary. And I just was I feel so lucky just to shine a spotlight on them and show the world what they can do, because it's amazing. We all feel, working on this film, we're getting an education, and not just a part of history, but in just in life, and the people in this scene. The scene we shot this today was all the people sitting around that table. I think the majority, maybe one, all born in the area. One was able to leave the area, but everybody else was there. They were there through the whole war. They all recognized the food rations. They all lived through it together. You meet them and you realize they're so full of, I haven't met people more full of life and love than people that have gone through war, whether it be refugees or these amazing actors. They're so happy to be alive, and they're so grateful for everything that they have, that they give their all as artists. They love being artists, they love life, they love each other, they love to sing, they work hard because they know what it is to live without, and there's, you know, just to be around them, you become a better person.